Hello everyone, welcome to the today's session on mindfulness based interventions. I am Dr. P. Pallavi, Assistant Professor in Psychology, St. Joseph College for Women, Autonomous, Visakhapatnam. I am thrilled to explore two powerful programs with you: mindfulness based stress reduction, MBSR, and mindful based cognitive therapy. If time permits, we can also explore the third one, mindfulness based relapsed therapy. Whether you are looking to manage stress or boost your mental well-being, these approaches can make difference. So settle in, let's dive right in. In previous session, we practiced mindfulness practices one by one. In this session, we will add the same practices along with psychological interventions to cure psychological disorders. Mindful based interventions are programs designed to help us cultivate mindfulness. This is all about paying attention to the present moment without curiosity and kindness. They can be delivered in group sessions, online, or even one on one. Today we are focusing on MBSR and MACT, two evidence-based approaches that offer practical tools for a calmer and more resilient life. Let's start with MBSR created by Dr. Kabat-Zinn. This is an 8-week program that combines mindfulness meditation and gentle yoga to help you manage stress, anxiety, and even chronic pain. It is for anyone, whether you are juggling a busy life or dealing with a health challenges. MBSR includes weekly program sessions about 2 hours each plus daily home practices. The goal of MBSR is to help you live with more clarity and calm. It's not about eliminating stress, but learning to respond to it skillfully. By practicing daily, you build resilience and awareness that carry into everyday life. Pretty amazing, right? So, let's begin the session. First, starts with introduction and check-in. Its purpose is to create a safe environment and supportive environment to connect participants with their experiences. Participants share their experiences with home practice, noting any challenges or insights. The instructor addresses questions and provides support. The next 30 minutes, it's a guided meditation session. In this helps to develop mindfulness skills through various meditation techniques like body scan, sitting meditation, walking meditation, or any of these techniques. This is combined with gentle yoga and mindful movements to integrate mindfulness with physical movements and to increase body awareness. The instruction lets participants through sense of gentle stretches and yoga postures. Participants are encouraged to pay attention to their body sensations and limits, avoiding any straining or pushing. Focus is on mindfulness movement rather than achieving perfect poses. The next stage, didactic instructions. Here the trainer becomes the educationer. He or she provides education about stress mindfulness and coping skills and to foster group learning. The instructor presents key concepts related to mindfulness and stress management. They make sure explain physiology of stress and its impact on health, role of thoughts and emotions in stress, mindfulness as a way to interrupt habitual patterns of reactivity. Participants engage in group discussions, sharing their insights and experiences. Now let's explore physiology of stress. When we experience stress, our body initiates a complex response involving the nerves and endocrine system. Brain perceives an event as a stressor based on the factors like environment, past experience, and current physiological state. This triggers the autonomic nervous system and HPA axis, hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. HPA axis release hormones like cortisol, which affects various bodily functions. While acute stress response can be adaptive and chronic stress can damage health. This impact depends on the nature, number, and persistence of stressors as well as individuals' vulnerability and coping mechanisms. Role of thoughts and emotions in the stress response. Our thoughts and emotions play a significant role in how we perceive and respond to stress. Stressors can evoke strong negative emotions like fear, confusion, and powerlessness, leading to psychological stress. The brain's perception of the event as a stressor is also dependent on previous experiences. Here, the important fact to consider is mindfulness as a way to interrupt habitual patterns of reactivity. It helps to interrupt these patterns of reactivity, or it interrupts HPA axis due to increased awareness of thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations in the present moment. By observing these experiences without judgment, we can create space between ourselves and our reactions, allowing for more skillful responses. The core concepts of mindfulness-based stress reduction program is mindfulness, stress reactivity, mind-body connection, and self-compassion. In mindfulness, as you mentioned, mindfulness involves paying attention to present moment experiences with openness, curiosity, and acceptance. It's about being aware of thoughts, emotions, sensations without judging. Stress reactivity. This refers to our habitual patterns of reacting to stress. Mindfulness can help us recognize these patterns and develop more skillful responses. Emotional reactivity can be a predictor of future depression. Mind-body connection. It highlights the relationship between our thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations. Recognizing this connection can help us understand how stress impacts our overall well-being. Self-compassion involves cultivating kindness and understanding towards oneself, especially during difficult times. It includes self-kindness, recognition of common humanity, and mindfulness. Acceptance. The last one. Acceptance means acknowledging things as they are in the present moment without resistance. It's about allowing experiences to be without trying to change or avoid them. By cultivating these qualities, mindfulness practices can help us to develop more resilient, improve our emotional regulation, and promote overall well-being. Participants are typically asked to commit to 45 minutes of daily mindfulness practices at home. These practices include formal meditation, body scan, sitting meditation, walking meditation, and informal mindfulness practices, being aware to everyday activities. Now let's explore mindfulness-based cognitive therapy. MBCT combines principles of cognitive behavioral therapy with mindfulness meditation practices. It was initially developed to prevent relapse in individuals with recurrent depression. Recurrent depression in the sense the depression is repeating several times, but has since been applied to other conditions like anxiety and OCD. This helps to improve their ability to manage their thoughts and emotions and develop a different relationship with them. Now let's begin with the core principles of mindfulness based cognitive therapy. The first one is integration. MBCT integrates mindfulness practices with cognitive behavioral techniques. Its focus is to emphasize awareness of mental processes rather than challenging the content of thought. Its goal is to help individuals to recognize themselves and disengage from negative thoughts, patterns, and develop a new relationship with their thoughts and feelings. Relapse prevention. MBCT is particularly effective in preventing relapse in individuals with a history of depression. Mindful awareness. MBCT increases one's ability to pay attention purposefully in the current moment without any judgment stance. Similar to previous therapy, here also mindfulness practices, formal and informal practices is involved along with cognitive behavioral therapy. We already got explained this mindfulness practices, what are formal, what are informal, how to practice them. So we can discuss in detail about cognitive behavioral therapies. The purpose of CBT is to identify and understand the role of thoughts and beliefs in influencing mood and behavior. At first, the client is to be psychoeducated. It involves providing client with information about their condition, treatment options, and coping strategies. In the context of depression and anxiety, this often explains the relationship between thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. The goal is to empower clients with knowledge so they can actively participate with their treatment. The cognitive model explains that our thoughts influence our feelings, which in turn influence our behavior. Psychoeducation helps clients understand this model and how it applied to their experiences. For example, a person with anxiety might have a thought like something bad is going to happen to him, which leads to the feelings of fear and anxiety, resulting in behaviors like avoidance or seeking reassurance. In this therapy, it is very important to identify automatic negative thoughts. This psychoeducation helps to understand these automatic negative thoughts that arise automatically in response to certain situations. How to challenge these negative thoughts. Become aware of these thoughts in the first step in challenging and changing them. Our thoughts and emotions are deeply intertwined. Thoughts can trigger emotion and emotion can influence our thoughts. This creates a feedback loop that can help us or it is unhelpful depending on the nature of thoughts and emotions involved. Example, imagine you have a presentation at work. If you think I'm going to fail and everyone will laugh at me, you are likely feel anxious and stressed. These feelings could be associated with certain parts of your body. Explain them how emotions influence thoughts. If you are feeling sad, you might start thinking negative thoughts like nothing ever goes right for me. I'm not good at anything. The next step is cognitive restructuring. Here, once we identify the negative thoughts or unhelpful thought patterns, now we learn to challenge these thoughts and we try to reframe them. This is a more in-depth process of identifying and changing negative thought patterns. Recognize negative thoughts that pop up automatically. Examine these thoughts. Examine your thoughts. What is the evidence for and against your thoughts? What are the pros and cons of thinking this way? Replacing the thoughts. Create a more realistic and balanced thought. Example, I always mess up things. Examine. Is it true that I always mess up things? Can I think of times when I succeeded? What is the impact of thinking this way? Identify yourself. Answer these questions. And now try to replace them with I don't always mess up things. I have succeeded in the past. I can learn from my mistakes to improve the future. Behavioral activation encourages engaging in activities that are enjoyable or meaningful to improve mood. It is often used to encounter the withdrawal and inactivity associated with depression. Engaging in any pleasure seeking activities like hobbies, social activities, self care, and playfulness. And we can also engage in any kind of meaningful activities by volunteering some help to those who are in need and learning new skill or pursuing your career or educational goals or connecting with your spiritual side or engaging with your community. This process appreciates positive energy and positive experiences. It helps to cool with difficult emotions. Behavioral activation can break the cycle of depression. Depression can lead to decreased activity where this increases activity and gives positive reinforcement. So, while integrating the mindfulness with behavioral activation, we can have several benefits. Now let's see how can we integrate mindfulness with cognitive techniques. Its purpose is to combine mindfulness practices with cognitive technique to develop skills for managing thoughts and emotions. First step, identifying triggers. Using mindfulness to become aware of triggers for negative thoughts and emotions. Decentering. Recognizing that thoughts are just thoughts, not necessarily facts. Learning to observe them without judgment. Respond skillfully. Developing strategies for responding to negative thoughts and emotions with mindfulness and self compassion. Add home based mindfulness practices along with the therapy to fully experience the feel of cognitive therapy and mindfulness. To reinforce learning and encourage the integration of mindfulness into daily life, we need to practice at home daily. Participants are given with home based daily practice assignments like formal meditation practices, body scan, sitting meditation, or walking meditation, informal mindfulness practices, mindfulness eating, mindfulness walking, cognitive exercises like thought records. Participants are encouraged to participate for 30 to 60 minutes per hour daily. I hope you enjoyed the session. This might help you in your daily life or counseling career to deal with emotions, thoughts, and stress. I hope you are benefiting from this session or adding a little value to your existing knowledge. Thank you. The best way to take care of the future is to take care of the present moment. Thank you very much.